Yes, for only $100, I promote whatever you need on my social medias and my website. That's my Twitter, Facebook, Insta Stories, YouTube community, and my website, like I said, www.doggiediamondstv.com, which you will be featured on. Hit me up on Instagram at Doggie Diamonds for your promo. Serious inquiries only. Must be Cash App ready. Let's get to it. I can't stay on here long. This is going to be very, very short, sweet, to the point. Proof, evidence. I gotta make a run tonight, but I just decided to come on. I didn't want to leave y'all hanging today, so I'm here. I'm Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV, Doggie Diamonds No Filter podcast, which will be available on iTunes and Spotify. So make sure you subscribe to the iTunes and the Spotify. iTunes and Spotify. Gotta push this audio. You know what I'm saying? So without any further ado, I present myself. What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Doggie Diamonds, as you can see to my right over there. Check out Doggie Diamonds No Filter on iTunes and Spotify. You have to go to Spotify and iTunes and Doggie Diamonds No Filter. That is the podcast. This is the audio version of what you're seeing right now. So it's very, very important that you listen to my audio as well. When you're driving, you know, you don't always catch the YouTube. You can listen to the audio. Same thing, same show a lot of times. Shout out to everybody. I don't have long to stay on here tonight. I wasn't going to come on at all, but something just ran across my mind really, really quick. And I decided to come on here. I worked out, took a shower. Now I'm here with y'all, and then I got to run out and handle some business. So my observation is this. Conscious hip hop. I don't know if y'all know what conscious hip hop is. I don't know if y'all aware of conscious hip hop. Conscious hip hop to me is political hip hop. Conscious to means be aware and woke, as you know. You used to have a time where you had political hip hop. You used to have a time where hip hop used to talk about the times. And the times was more than just the hood, what was going on to the block, whipping the pot, spinning the block. It was more than that going on. Hip hop artists, rappers used to be aware of everything that was going on in their immediate surroundings in the world abroad. So you had groups like Stetsasonics that used to make songs like Free South Africa. Used to have the X-Clan make songs like FTP, which stands for the police, you know, and you had all these groups, Boogie Down Productions. You could look at the thumbnail, but I also want to you had Paris, you had X-Clan, you had and then you had Immortal Technique, you had Black Star, you had The Roots, you had Common. You had, you know, a lot of artists used to talk about what was going on in the world, many of the injustices that was going on with us as a people, and things that was going on in politics, and they just completely wiped that out. You know, so I know a lot of times you say conscious hip hop, you say, well, we got Kendrick, and it's like, yeah, we do have Kendrick, we do have J. Cole, but that's not radical conscious to me. It used to be very, very, very like, they used to go in. They used to say stuff that you didn't know. It was almost like hip hop used to be like a history lesson. It used to be a lesson in politics, world events. It used to be a lesson in there. Now they took all the lessons out of hip hop. They took all the like Caramel King said, they took all the liberation rap. They took all of that out and just put what we have now. And we're forced to deal with it. We're kind of stuck with it. And we really don't like it. You know, we have to deal with it, but we really don't like it. Or we wish we had balance. We wish we had somebody that was just really talking what was going on. You know, it was a time where in hip hop, a lot of the gods was building. You know, you had a lot of rappers from the Nation of Gods and Earth. So that was many of our introduction to the lessons. Like even people like Old Dirty Bastard was dropping lessons in his rhymes and you didn't know that. So when he was like, I be sticking pins in your head like a fucking nurse, that's from the lessons. You know what I'm saying? It's from the story of Yakub, you know? So it's like, in a lot of instances, we don't have any of that anymore. Now we have, you know, these subgenres of hip hop like drill, trap, just drug dealing rap. You know, that's all we have. And either that or it's like some candy ass crossover, Ryan Lewis and whatever that dude name is, Macklemore. We have that, but we don't have anything where it made you pick up a book, it made you read, it made you say, damn, I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? And we used to have that. I'm telling you, it was a particular point in time where we had that all across the board. And then you still had Tone Loc, and you still had Bust a Move dude, you still had Vanilla Ice, you still had Hammer, you still had all of that stuff. So it still was party fun rap. You still had Kid and Play, you still had party fun rap, but you also had rap where you can learn something. So it was balanced. So what I'm seeing now is that they don't want us to learn, because anything we learn, they're always trying to counter it with you have some type of prejudice, right? So if you say, I don't want this, they coming down on you. You know what I'm saying? If you say, I don't, free South Africa, oh, forget South Africa, they're not FBA, they're not adults, you know, it's always something to counter what in instances we can be taught, you know. So I realized that they want to keep us in a certain mind frame where we're not thinking, we got to go outside of the music. And music used to be our haven for, you know, I remember being a teenager and being in the room, and of course we was drinking beer, you know what I'm saying, something we shouldn't have been doing as teens, but we were doing it as most people was in the hoods. We drinking 40s, but certain music would come on. We was listening to like X-Clan, because it was dope beats, funkadelic beats and all that stuff, and dope samples. But Brother Jay was dropping next level raps. So we were able to still groove, but it was knowledge in the music. Now it ain't no knowledge, and the groove ain't really all that. And I was wondering why. I'm like, damn, why did they, why and how did they wipe out a whole genre of music, of conscious rap, like a whole genre? There is no conscious rappers, because if we can name them now, then you know it's not that many. So if we could say, okay, we got Kendrick, we got J. Cole, that's not a lot. Now, I know there's a lot of brothers and sisters on the underground that's doing it, that want to do it, but they're never going to let them get to where they need to be so we all could hear them. They always going to keep them down there, because you do have artists like Cambada. You had Poor Righteous Teachers. Listen to the name of the groups. Listen to the names. It's a lot in the name. Listen to the name. You got Poor Righteous Teachers, Brand Nubian, X-Clan, Public Enemy. Now you got LRP, Killum Jones, and Never WBR. And it's like, when you say with WBR, man, it'd be like we bitches ready. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's your name? So they changed the names. Everybody became little, everybody became young, everybody became little, everybody became young. And the content of the music just changed. It's the content of what they were talking about. The vibration just completely changed. It became drug induced. It became over sexualized. It became murder, death, kill, and that's it. So when we listen to music now, that's all we really have. And when we want to reach and pull other music out and say we want to hear this, we want to hear that, they was just like, nobody want to hear that shit, Sharif. You know, we had whole groups, the Native Tongues, the whole 4 or 5 groups comprised of all conscious rappers. But remember, De La Soul made a lot of fun music, but it was still conscious. Tribe, beats was banging, but it was still conscious. And then you had like conscious that you could still jam to. The Jungle Brothers, conscious, you still could jam to it. But then you had KRS-One, then you had Chuck D, then you had Brand Nubian. Brand Nubian beats was dope. Brand Nubian? Oh man, I think Brand Nubian is up there. You know, like I always let it be known that Grand Poobah was one of my favorite rappers of all time. But it became a point to where we spoke about this what Clive Davis did. Look it up with my bill with Hakeem Green. But we had Paris, we had The Coop, we had Conscious Daughters. There was a group named Conscious Daughters. Rest in peace to one of them passed away. Conscious Daughters. This were their names. This was the name of the groups. And then Jerry Heller also, it's an interview of Jerry Heller. And then these are the executives. Jerry Heller said Sadat over Poobah. Never, never, never. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into it with the chat. But you had a group called Conscious Daughters, but then you also had Jerry Heller that said he got tired of that New York gold chain, big money music, so he wanted to create gangster rap to phase that out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, keep it going. Lakim Shabazz, J. Rue the Damager, Gangstar. You had so many groups because there's so many to name. But remember how many groups it was you could name. So you went from naming about 30 conscious groups and still mixed in with the Kid and Plays, the fun groups and all that, to saying J. Cole and Kendrick, and you don't think it's an agenda. You don't think, as far as the mainstream, there's no agenda, and then the most conscious rapper is Jay-Z? At this point, making 444 and then doing an album with Jay Electronica, and then Nas every now and again giving us a little glimpse of the consciousness. That's all we have in 2022, at a time where so much going on in the world, and a time where we need more conscious awareness, because we got so many YouTube scholars. The books are not being shared the way they was in the 90s. We were sharing books, like it or hate it. A lot of Dr. York scrolls was being passed around, and whether you agree with his doctrine or not, it still was us reading. And then from reading that, from starting there, well, for me, it was the autobiography of Malcolm X. Then I read Message to the Black Man. Then I read Rise and Fall of America. Then I read How to Eat to Live. Then, but prior to that, I already read like Carter G. Woodson, The Miseducation of the Negro. Then I read The Education of the Negro. Then I read Make Me Wanna Holler by Nathan McCall. Then I read Asada. Then I read Lane Brown. I read a lot. I read a lot. I was just reading. Now we don't read. We read social media. So, okay, if social media is the tool, but you hold a pair of horse, I can keep going. So if social media is the tool where we're getting all our knowledge from, don't you think it's strange that we have social media where many people are getting their knowledge from via, what I'm doing and others are doing, but then when you listen to the music, you don't get none of that no more. You don't get any of that anymore. You know what I'm saying? You don't get any of that anymore. And yeah, and even Tupac was conscious. Keep your head up. Brenda's Got a Baby. But it became a point in time where that music wasn't going to work anymore to the industry. Like, how dare you try to wake people up? How dare you tell people to heal themselves? How dare you say, because I thought, like, one of my favorite groups who should still be around to this day, who should still be making music, is Dead Prez. We have never had, because Dead Prez was the continuation of Brand Nubian, because Lord Jamar brought them out, right? Y'all keep saying Daylight, but Daylight, see, I like Daylight. I rock with Daylight. I'm cool with Daylight, but Daylight also said he'll suck Diddy off. So that just threw me off. I'm going to just be real with you. So I don't know when he's serious or he's playing. I'm just being real with you. So stop saying his name in that instance, because I never seen nobody say they'll give another man head that was a man and expect me to take them serious. That's just it. So I don't know if that was just for attention, but I don't know what kind of attention is that. So just stop. Just stop. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and out, just stop. So just stop. But you had organized confusion. You just had all these groups. Rakim. I mean, you can name them. The whole first, like the after the because you know it's one of the most conscious songs. You know it's one of the most conscious songs, and one of the greatest songs of all time, if not the greatest song of all time, definitely top 5 of all time. The Message. The Message. The Message. And people love The Message. I love The Message, but I also love the Beat Street rap. You know what I'm saying? I love the Beat Street rap. So when we look at the culture, you have to ask yourself, why we don't have any conscious rappers? Why there's none on the radio. There's none in the mainstream. There's nobody being pushed. Nobody. Because we live in a day and time where cancel culture is very big. Everybody's easily offended. Anything that's said, you out of here. Somebody's mad. I mean, you could say, yo, I chopped down the trees and get the leaves. And you got the tree huggers. No, he said he chopped down trees. Let's get rid of him. And when our people get attacked by different groups, we tend to sit back and watch. We don't hold them down, because it's like an elitism thing in hip hop, where when people start making a little bit of bread, they forget the people who really pushed them there. I mean, you had Wu-Tang, you had Sons of Man, you had Killer Army, you had all of these groups that were offsprings of stuff, but they're all gone. You don't think something is wrong with that? You don't think some of these groups are capable of making music? You don't think it's an agenda against conscious hip hop? Loud Records had Prodigy. Even with some of the wildest stuff Prodigy said, Prodigy was mad conscious. Mad conscious. Mad conscious. His last album that he dropped was a conscious album. So when hip hop got bought and sold to corporate America, it's not corporate America's place to wake us up. It's corporate America's place to keep us asleep. It's not corporate America's place to help us, empower us, for us to get healthy, for us to be happy, for us to be not depressed. When I say happy, that's what I mean. Not depressed, not struggling, not anxious. It's corporate America's agenda to push drugs, alcohol, sex, and it's been studies about this. There's been books written. If you read Behold the Pale Horse, this way, rest in peace, William Cooper said that they was going to do. That's what he said. He said they was going to push drugs, sex, violence in the music. He said that. And that book was written, yo, Maya, the singer Maya, yes, you, could I get my book back? Could somebody tell Maya to give me my Behold the Pale Horse book back? I know you read it already. I gave you that book in like 1998. Maya, could I get my book back? I'm gonna have to DM you. Maya, I want my book back. But anyway, I gave Maya the book. When I met Maya, right? I'm not gonna get into a story, but when I met Maya, I was building. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, you ever read this? Because this is pre Y2K. So we all thinking Y2K, it's about to go down, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, yo, a lot of stuff you hearing about Y2K. Have you ever heard of Behold the Pale Horse? He was like, no, I gave her the book. Never give nobody your books. That's all I'm gonna say. Never give anybody your books, because you are not going to get them back. But yo, I can't stay on here long. I'm gonna do a part 2 of this. Thank y'all for joining me here tonight. Please hit the like button. I gotta go. I gotta get dressed. I gotta go I gotta go. I gotta go to the airport. So somebody plane is landing. I gotta pick them up. Yes, Maya the singer. Yes, Maya. Maya. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that Maya. So yeah, thank y'all for joining me tonight, man. I gotta go. I will be back tomorrow. Peace, y'all. I gotta go. Peace.